All right, hello everyone. Um, I'm going to be doing a video today showing you guys some powerful capabilities of GPT-4, which is a state-of-the-art AI developed by OpenAI, in case you have been living under a rock. We're going to be giving GPT-4 various data sets and have it figure out the best type of chart to visualize each data set and actually create each chart for us. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with some simpler examples, and then I'll do a more complex example. So the first example is time series data. So we have sales for a company for each month, and I just have a prompt in here that says write a Python script that creates a chart that best allows the viewer to visualize the data set above. All right, so I'm gonna run that. All right, so we have the code now. GPT-4 generated this code for us. So we're gonna copy the code. We're gonna go to Visual Studio Code, and I'm gonna paste in this code here, save the file, go to terminal, and then run this Python script. And you can see here that we didn't tell it to create a line chart. Remember that, like, it figured that out on its own. All we said, we gave it the data set in CSV format, and we said, you know, write a Python script that will generate a chart that allows the user to best visualize this data. And it did. It figured out line chart is best for this data and did it all for us. And bam, here we go. We've got a beautiful chart for our research paper or for work or whatever you're doing. Okay, so now let's do another example just to kind of more thoroughly test GPT-4's ability. So this next data set is best visualized using a pie chart. So let me copy that, and let me paste that in here. Okay, so I pasted that in here, and we're going to do the same thing. And so this is this data set contains the distribution of different operating systems used by visitors on a website, just to give some context. All right, so we have the code, so I'm going to copy the code. I'm going to go to Visual Studio Code and paste that in, save it, go back to terminal, and rerun the same script that I've edited. And yeah, we get a beautiful pie chart and if you want this to be changed at all, you can give it further prompts to make it. I've ran this a couple of times now, and I can say like it does something slightly different each time. So if you run this, you might get something a little different. But you can ask it like, hey, I want you to make it so that the center is like hollowed out. I only want like a pie chart ring, you know. You've probably seen some of those. If you think those look better, you can just ask it as a follow-up prompt, and it can do that for you. But yeah, so it correctly figured out, yeah, this data is best represented as a pie chart, and it did that for us. So that's awesome. So I'm going to do one more example before making it a little more complex for the last one after that. This next data set is a population of different cities. And yeah, you can probably guess that the best way to represent that data would be a bar chart. So let's see if it can figure that out on its own. And let's run that. Okay, so awesome. We have the code here now. So let's copy this code and follow the same process. I'm going to open up the Python script, paste it in, save it, go to my terminal, and rerun this script. And you can see that it figured out that a pie chart is best for this data set, and it generated it for us. And we could save it. You can just press the save button. It'll save it. You can throw it in your research paper or your whatever it is you're doing. And it's great. Like this is great because it allows us to, compare. A bar chart allows us to compare the population of the various cities to each other. So yeah, okay. So now I want to make, for the last one, I want to make it more complicated. So I'm going to grab that data set really quick. Give me a second. Okay, so I got the data set. I'm going here and I'm pasting that in here. And as you can see, so this is data from a real estate database, and each row here represents a house. You have its price as the first column, the square footage as the second column, the location, like location A, location B, and location C, as the third column, and lastly we have the number of bedrooms in each house as the final column here. And let's run that. All right, so the code has been generated by GPT-4, and I'm gonna go to the Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna paste it in, go back to terminal, and let's sorry, I didn't close the last one. Let me close that really quick. Okay, and run that. And beautiful. So what this is shown here is we have, you can see the size is kind of like increasing here. So the size of the circle represents the number of bedrooms. So you can see the trend that as the price increases and the square footage increases, the number of bedrooms also increases because the size of the circles get larger as you go to the upper right. You can also, so the colors represent the location. So you can see that for each location, like location A, location B, and location C, we have a good variety of houses, like size of houses and the price. So like the square footage of the houses and the price of the houses for each location. They're kind of spread out for each one, like for each location. Yeah, so I mean, this is a beautiful way to display the complicated data that we had, and GPT-4 figured it out all on its own. So I've just I've actually used GPT-4 on way more complicated data sets than this, like way more many more columns, and it did a great job. It created beautiful charts for me. So this is very powerful. Use this on way more complicated data sets. It will serve you very well. And yeah, so I hope you like this video. I hope you got something out of it. As you can probably tell, this is a new channel. I'm trying to grow it. I'm going to be posting one video every week, or at least that's the plan right now. So if you want to stick around, that would be great. You can subscribe. If you got anything out of this video and it helped you, please give it a thumbs up as well. And yeah, thank you so much.